my uncle, still Gen Xer, he's only 10 years older than me. So my very first big Halloween, I was 5 years old and I was so excited. He's 16, responsible for me. Had to take me out trick-or-treating, and I was like, all I wanted to be was strawberry shortcake. And everybody was like, Bill, you've got to get her costume. Well, he forgot and he didn't get it. And I was all a mess because I just wanted to be strawberry shortcake. And he went and looked for my pajamas, couldn't do them in pajamas, so he's like, don't worry, I've got a better costume. So he goes up the break room at the funeral home and gets out a hazmat suit. I'm 5. Cuts off the legs, cuts off the arms, and it's for a grown adult, so the crotch was down between my, literally past my knees. And then I go, Uncle Bill, this doesn't look like strawberry shortcake. He goes, don't worry, it's better. Starts taking cereal boxes from the break room, Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, Rice Krispies, and duct taping them to me. And I'm just standing there completely unaware of what's occurring. And then he takes little plastic knives and starts stabbing them into the cereal boxes. I'm like, Uncle Bill, this is not strawberry shortcake. He goes, don't worry, it's better. You're a serial killer. Y'all, it's 1982. I'm outside walking the streets of Middlesboro going, trick or treat. And he goes, scream it. And I'm a serial killer. Because to a 16-year-old boy, that's hilarious. To a 5-year-old little girl, scarring. Scarring. Now I do nothing but watch Dateline to see if that was ever something the serial killer did. I'm watching Snapped, going, did any of those people get dressed up like serial killers? Y'all know. Oh, me. He's fun. My uncle's always been just a little goofy and a little off. That's his personality, which I love. And again, being the oldest, I didn't get to choose. I had to work at the funeral home. I worked, all my summers were spent at the funeral home. Didn't matter I wanted to do comedy. Nah, you're going to work at the funeral home. So every summer, every spring break, funeral home. Well, we get a phone call. I've never told this story. I just decided to tell it because I feel like y'all are my people. Okay? And we're going to decide together if this is funny, but it's one of those moments that I feel like I can tell it. So we'll decide. So my uncle, I'm working at the funeral home. I'm about 20. And so a phone call comes in. I said, hey, Courage Funeral Home, can I help you? And she goes, hey, little girl. Hey, little girl. I said, yes, ma'am. She goes, I need somebody to come over here on my property right now. I need somebody to come up on my property right now. I said, yes, ma'am. What's going on? She goes, well, we got a body coming up out of a grave. We've got a body done coming up out of a grave. Now, in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I don't know if it's the same here in Georgia, but you can bury on property in Kentucky. It also helps with your taxes, So, I said, hold on one second, and I said to my Uncle Bill, this woman said there's a body come up and out of a grave. I think we might have 10 to it. And it was out in a holler. Where we're from, we've got hollers. Y'all know about hollers? Okay. No shorthand needed. Y'all done know. So I'm talking to an angel out in Frake's holler, honey. She's back in the woods where you got to call ahead because you get shot at if there's a vehicle coming down the road. They don't know. Y'all done, you're my people. So my Uncle Bill and I get dressed, and we head up on out to Frake's, and this woman comes out to meet us. Y'all, she's only about 40 years old. She just didn't have any teeth. So we get out of the car, and I said, ma'am, nice to see you. She goes, are you the little girl I was done talking to? Yes, ma'am, that was me. She goes, great, oh, now, right up here. Great, follow me. We're going to go right up this hill. Now, I reminded y'all that my Uncle Bill looks like John Goodman and John Belushi. There's a lot to love. He wasn't meant to do endurance tests up to graves. So he and I are holding hands sideways, scoot-patooting up this hill. I'm coaching him, going, you're great, we're doing great. He's sweating like Fat Elvis. And he'd made me take an evidence bag on account of it might really be your body, So I'm dragging this bag up this hill with my Uncle Bill. We get to the top, and there are 2 graves. And sure enough, there are for sure bones laying on these graves. And my first thought was, oh, hell. And then I look a little closer and realize it is, in fact, a deer carcass. But the head has been pulled away by whatever lovely thing enjoyed it. Circle of life. It's fine. So we're sitting there looking at it, and I'm thinking he's just going to say to her, ma'am, that was an animal, we're fine. And he said, oh, yeah, I see the problem. She goes, yeah, you do. Yes, now you do. He said, my assistant and I will clear all this out, but first I feel like we need to go ahead and make sure the property's clear. She goes, yeah, I'll stand back. Yes, please, I'll stand back. She gets to the side. I have no idea what my uncle's about to come up with and what I have to co-sign, because we are standing there with an evidence bag about to get up deer carcass bones. We look like we're from the X-Files. We're in white shirts, we're sweating, it doesn't look normal. We're standing there, and all of a sudden he goes, by the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the power vested in me in the county of Bell, I cease and desist and demand that you quit all paranormal activity. Demon out. I have to stand there with a straight face. And that woman goes, yeah, he did he? And I literally went, did he? I didn't know. So I had to pick up deer bones and bring them back to the funeral home. And he was so tickled.